What's going on, guys? We are starting this video off like always. We are pulling the car apart. I'm going to show you guys really quick. I just dove right into it, didn't even bother to film. It's a lot of work, and to be honest with you guys, there's a ton of videos that show you like how to do this thing step by step. It's really easy. So it's similar to what I talked about in my last video. I'm kind of just replacing things up, refreshing it, and it definitely needs subframe bushings. If you guys want to see here, these things have seen better days. I don't even think there's a bushing left inside there. We'll find out when it comes down. It's just about ready to come down. You can see there's space here between the unibody of the car and the subframe. Everything's off. I sadly had to disconnect my hydro brake. I didn't really want to, but I disconnected that guy so I can make pulling this guy out a lot easier because the caliper wouldn't fit between the axle shaft and the control arm. So I had to do away with that. The other caliper is off, ready to go once we lower this thing down and figure out what we're going to do with it. I'm supposed to have a buddy come over with some jack stands to help me set this thing up so we can burn out the old bushings, but he hasn't showed up and I don't have enough jack stands to hold this up and my car up. So we have to figure that out, but I really want to get this thing out and get started on it. Alright guys, we got the subframe all pulled out from the car. We got it cleaned up. We wheeled it over there next to the apartment, hosed it off. Got as much of the dirt and grime and stuff off as we could. We've got the Sawzall out. I'm going to go ahead and cut out all the metal sleeves in here. I'm going to go get my torch and then burn out all the rubber. On the S13, you don't remove the inside sleeves that the factory put in here, so we just remove the rubber and then we press in the new Energy bushing. Disappear and then so we are burning out the old subframe bushings. There's a ton of videos on YouTube and stuff like I told you guys about earlier, so I'm not really like saying how to do this, but obviously you get a torch, some brake cleaner, something to burn out the old bushing with, and then an old screwdriver, and have at it. Make sure you have some water and a fire extinguisher next to you, in case you set everything else on fire. I don't know how you would, but people are crazy. So yeah, we're just going to burn these guys out. I still have to do these back two. Once these are done, we'll let them cool off, clean everything up, and then get to installing the new ones. Alrighty guys, I have the entire subframe painted up, this kind of cheesy gold. Nothing too crazy, even the axles and everything are painted. I don't really care. Not many people are going to see it, and it was like 3/4 of a can, so I just ran with it. I need to replace the axles or the axle boots anyway, so yeah, I'll do that when the time comes. But anyways, we're about to slide these bushings in. I've got everything cleaned out as much as I possibly could. We've gone through a wire wheel on the grinder, a wire wheel on the drill here. We went through this guy here, that guy, and they're still, I mean, they're not perfect, but they, well, I'm looking at the wrong thing. They're, I guess they'll just do the job. I don't know. They're like this one, it's really hard to see, but you can see like it's the entire metal sleeve down there and then a little bit of rubber. So I don't know. We're about to grease up these guys and then throw them in there and hopefully get this subframe back under the car before nightfall so we can put it on all fours and either push it over or I'll just work on it tonight. But here we go. Alrighty guys, we're continuing on the subframe today as the video, was going. I want to show you guys what was up and what we were fighting this entire time. So here are the sleeves right now. You can see the rubber is still in there a little bit, and we were trying to grease up the bushings and pop them in there. We tried cleaning it as best we can with the wire wheel and some heat, and nothing was working. So this morning I got up and I went and got a wire wheel brush for the drill here, and I've been going at this guy a little bit, knocking all that rubber out, and then I'm going to grease them up and see if the bushings slide in. So I'm going to get to doing all of that stuff, and then once I figure out if the bushings will go in, I'll break out the camera and show you guys. I've been whizzing away, and they are all cleaned out now. They look so much better. No rubber debris or anything built up inside of them. So I'm going to grease up some of these bushings and see if I can't get them to pop in. This will be the moment of truth, I should say. Alright, now I primed the inside of those guys. We're going to go ahead and shove these in here. Wow, just that easy. Everything is in there, bolted down. I wish I could touch it up a little bit more, but I don't have any paint on me. I actually ran out doing all of it, so it's just gonna have to go as is, which is alright. No one will ever see it. I mean, it's a subframe, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm not too upset. But I'm about to get the jack underneath it, jack it up, try to balance it out, lower it down, and roll it underneath the car. And then I'm going to attempt to try to stick this thing under here by myself. So we'll see how that goes, because it's going to be a pain in the neck. Alrighty guys, everything is bolted up here in the rear. Subframe bushings are in there. Everything is back up there and secure, torqued down. We're going to head and sit her down on the ground and see how everything looks. Well, we are finally closing out this video to you guys. It seems like the video is just ending, but it's actually like 9 days later since I've gotten my polyurethane bushings in, and a couple things have happened. I've put the video off because I've been working. Somebody walked out. Actually, somebody got another job, so they put their 2 weeks in and left, and then somebody walked out and they have not come back, so we pretty much lost another employee. And just been a little bit busy on my part, so I'm finally getting around to filming and updating you guys, but I want to show you what's going on too to kind of wrap up this video. So I bought some new wheels here. As you can see, these are some VX8s. They're 18 by 7.5. You can see this one is blown. I already shredded this one. It's a good tire, but something happened inside of it where it like chipped, and I don't know. Yeah, it just blew on me. But yeah, I got some wheels, guys. They're nothing crazy. They're nothing special. Paid $100 for them. There's 4 of them. They came with 4 good tires. Well, actually, one was bad, and I've already destroyed them. And they need some love, so I plan on stripping them down and then probably just repainting them gold and just using them as another set of drift spares. The guy who walked out was actually the guy who was supposed to be helping me get my rotor grids, and I've texted him a couple times asking what was going on, and the whole 9 yards. It's it's kind of personal and stuff, but it's like, oh dude, why did you do that? You left everyone hanging. Not just me, but you know, several other people, and including our manager. But anyways, that's a whole other story. So I picked these guys up from another guy who owned a CA right down the road. He contacted me and told me he had some wheels that were drift spares. He doesn't really drift, and he's actually planning on flipping his car. He's just fixing it up, getting it all nice and clean and pretty, and then he's going to sell it. So I got a hold of these guys for really cheap, and they'll do the job. They're the 4-lug universal, and I have some 18s actually on the back porch that have been chilling, that I got from a buddy of mine that I was going to try to sell, but actually I'm just going to end up using them, so that'll be nice. Other than that, guys, the fuel pump ended up having some issues. One of the relays, for some reason, just burnt out, so I replaced it with some thicker gauge wire here. It's still a little crazy back here because it's still a temporary setup. Other than that, I replaced the relay, cleaned up the wiring, and that's about it. Nothing's really gone on with the 240. The polyurethane bushings have been fantastic. The car has felt so much better. It rides so much smoother now. There's not all these crazy noises and clunks and wonky feelings in the back. The rear end is good. Once I get some new tires on these wheels and get them all squared away, I'm going to go get an alignment from one of the 240 guys here in Jacksonville. He works at one of the shops up here and gives us some alignments. They have like a lifetime 189 warranty for modified vehicles, so I'm going to go check that out, grab a hold of that. And I also picked up some interior pieces here because I want to clean my car up a little bit, have like a street car look, because I'm really tired of looking like a jank wannabe race car thing here. I'm on the hunt for a dashboard, and once I get a dashboard, I'm going to clean the dashboard up, get it all installed, and we'll be good to go. So that is about that for this video, guys. I'm going to wrap it up because I'm kind of rambling on here, and this was meant to be a closer, and I just wanted to show you guys what was going on. So thank you so much for watching. I will catch up with you guys in another video. I don't know what that's going to be. Probably the firewall. I've got some money saved up to purchase a sheet of aluminum, so that we're going to cut down and try to build a firewall. I think I'm going to go with that route instead of building a box. I don't know, we'll see, but that's next on the list because I'm ready to drift. I'll see you guys then. Later.